Bitcoin smashing above 56 and 57,000 US dollars, reaching its highest valuation in 5 months. And a Bloomberg ETF analyst predicting this insane outcome immediately after an ETF approval. And Bitcoin hash rate expected to explode past previous predictions, even considering the Chinese mining ban. Is Bitcoin about to bend the bears over and deliver absolute pumpage directly into their no-no zones? I'm your host, Spencer Spaghetti, and just like a gymnastics team doctor, Bitcoin bears have overstepped their boundaries and are now getting caught with their hands in the cookie jar. But more importantly, there are two factors that will literally explode Bitcoin's price within hours after confirmation, if in fact they are confirmed. So strap in and strap on. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn these MC's absolutely time-sensitive alerts, as well if you're interested in earning rewards with your ADA, make sure to check out our pool below. It only takes about 2 minutes to do. Very, very absolutely gigantic and big. And as well, check out the pinned comments, and make sure to check out the pinned comment below for all other bonuses. And without any further ado, let's pump on in. Wow, I haven't been this excited since I found out Olive Garden had all you can eat soup, salad, and breadsticks. Absolutely very big. So if we jump in here, this is very important here. So if a Bitcoin futures ETF does get approval, when would it start trading? It is a question I'm getting a lot, says Eric Balcunas here, a Bloomberg ETF analyst. And what he said was that it would launch very soon. He's saying literally a couple of days. Like, let's say it gets approved on the 19th. It would likely launch on the 21st. Oh my goodness gracious, that is much sooner than I think a lot of people would be expecting. It's just very big as well. So Bitcoin futures contracts at CME Group were trading at a premium of up to 17% spot price on Wednesday. So this is just earlier last week, the highest since about 6 months ago, when Bitcoin reached its all-time high. And this metric usually reflects institutional inflows, which, keep in mind, institutional money is how we're going to be seeing potentially those absolutely wild numbers that nobody really thinks in the back of their minds is super possible. But remember, 2017 was largely retail, and in fact, it was like mostly retail. Now, we're talking about a bull run for the first time that could be largely institutional, okay? So when you see a price prediction of $100, $200, $300,000 per Bitcoin this cycle, it becomes a little less nonsensical when you realize institutional money is much bigger than retail money. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say potentially much bigger than retail. So very big. And CME is the preferred avenue for institutions' exposure to Bitcoin. The unusually large premium indicates an overwhelming amount of outright buying, said QCP Capital last week, which is a crypto trading firm. Liquidation of leveraged short positions also fueled Bitcoin's recent price rally. So guys, keep in mind, people complain about leverage all the time. Mostly people that don't understand it. But the reason that we hit $65,000 5 months ago, leverage also contributed. So I just think it's funny when people will complain that leverage only causes the price to go down. That's absolute toddler speak. Of course, it makes the dumps dumpier, but it also makes the pumps pumpier. So I just think it's important. Nobody cares about leverage when we're pumping, but all of a sudden, as soon as we dump, everyone starts crying, oh goodness gracious, it was leverage that caused this. Well, also the reason that we might see a $200,000, $300,000 Bitcoin this cycle is partially also because of that. So, and this is absolutely massive here. After consolidating for a long time at the $30,000 and $40,000 range, Bitcoin seems much better prepared for another big move upwards. And I remember back in April and May, I was saying, like, if we're going to get to 6 digits, we might have to cool off for a little bit. And again, living through it, it does seem a little bit more drastic, meaning living through the dump that we saw like over the last 5 months, the dump and then consolidation. But realistically, where we are right now, as you're watching this video, price-wise, is such a good place to be in terms of what our past 5 months of consolidation looks like and what now we have the potential to do. Because if we would have just gone straight up for the last 5 months instead of dumping, then, I mean, believe it or not, we probably would not get nearly as high as we might get here at the end of the cycle. And yeah, I mean, the dump probably would be way worse. So we've had the dump. We've had a dump. The last 5 months have been dumpy. Bitcoin is not at its all-time high. Okay. Now Bitcoin, though, is set up so much better over these last 5 months because of this dumpiness to propel us to much more pumpiness. Only real OGs know this, but you can't have a dump without a pump, and you can't have a pump without a dump. So it's very, very critical that you understand that. And will someone please remind me, the day before the Bitcoin ETF officially launches, I might want to take some chips off the table, said Dan Moorhead, the CEO of Pantera Capital. Basically what he's saying is, it could be one of those buy the rumor, sell the news events, right? We see it a lot. And again, something to just consider here. But with that being said, this could initiate that massive blow off top. And what's crazy is a lot of people are expecting an ETF this month, within the next actually 7 to 10 days, which is more wild. I think October 18th is a big date that people are watching for. So literally exactly 1 week from now, next Monday. So just something we need to, well, I'm extremely prepared for. But now China FUD is over, as it's now pretty much old news. Nobody cares. And the hash rate for Bitcoin is exploding. And now there are even predictions that it's going to surpass what people thought the hash rate would be. Basically, why this is important is because over the past few months, and this led to the dump over the past few months, it caused the dump back in the summer of this year. Basically, these miners leaving, the hash rate declining, all contributed to Bitcoin going down. Okay, Bitcoin didn't just go down because some people were speculating on price and because two people got liquidated in their positions. No, Bitcoin went down there was a lot of factors that caused Bitcoin to crash. And it was the most bearish scenario basically that we had, and Bitcoin still held 30K. With China literally banning Bitcoin and miners actually having to move, and we saw a very big decrease in the hash rate. You can see that here. This is a very big drop from the beginning of May to July. This is pretty big, but we see it's recovering, and now the predictions of its recovery are higher than a lot of people were expecting as well. It's expected to climb closer to 185 exahashes per second in the fourth quarter. This would mark a rise of about 33% from October 7th hash rate of 139 exahashes per second. And China's ban are giving miners outside of China an opportunity to reverse the country's dominance in that sector, and that's so important. I remember last year we were talking about, wow, there's a lot of mining in China. It'd be better if it wasn't all in China. We've been given that opportunity. This is the opportunity. So again, we should be thankful for this, and I think it's going to end up being a good thing here. Hash rate is being distributed around the globe, with North America potentially emerging as a new dominant hub. If the US does not absolutely botch regulation, which is coming, then this could be a golden opportunity for the US, okay? This could be a huge opportunity. And it all depends on if they botch regulation in the US, if they make it too strict, and if they let the old people who don't even know what Bitcoin is, make laws about Bitcoin, which should never be the case, okay? I mean, just common sense. I mean, if Bitcoin makes you rich and you want to go buy a Lamborghini and you walk up to the Lamborghini store and a 4-year-old sitting behind the desk speaking baby talk, you're probably going to be a little upset because that baby's probably not going to be able to help you. Same thing here. These senators, 60, 70, 80 years old who have no idea what technology is, they should not be creating regulation. And that's, I mean, I don't know why. I don't even know why I would have to say that. It's just unfortunate that that's the case. So China's historic ban has presented a unique opportunity, a second chance for sideline investors who never thought it would be possible to enter the industry, the mining industry. And as well, Bitcoin mining trends all point up. I'm not going to keep going over this, but basically they're predicting these exahashes to increase substantially, more so than they initially thought. And one thing I just want to cover real quick before we jump into Bitcoin's price as well is that Bill Miller, who initially bought Bitcoin around $500, basically saying that Coinbase stock here could rival Tesla in value, and compares crypto to his Amazon bet. So he's very bullish. The billionaire investor said Coinbase could become as valuable as Tesla. He compared Bitcoin to a lucrative Amazon wager over 20 years ago, which he also benefited from. So he has somewhat of a history of being early in big investments. He bought Amazon at an average cost of $17, and he bought Bitcoin at an average price of about $500. So he has some pretty good plays, and he's a billionaire, and I'm extremely bullish. Let's summarize it that way. But yeah, earlier today we saw Bitcoin bust through 57,000. We busted through 56K yesterday. And we just see ourselves continuously moving up here. As I've been saying, I think when we breach 60K, it's not going to take long at all to be achieving new all-time highs. And the reason I say that is one of the reasons is very simple. Momentum trading is very real. And once you get the momentum to do something as big as breaking that previous 60K level, let's take a look at this. I got like a comment from one guy saying something absolutely bananas because I'm sure he just entered crypto like a week ago. But if we get up to 60K, we can just draw this kind of on here. This is where 60K is at right here. So this is our entire history of trading above 60K. Do you think this is going to be providing a lot of resistance? No, it's not, okay? Once we break 60K, once we break this level right here that we've had marked on here for a long time, it's very likely we're going to absolutely blow past those all-time highs, okay? Now, I'm not saying this area right here, this last little area is going to be super easy. So far, it's been nice seeing that. But whenever we breach this area here and the momentum really takes off, if you've been in crypto, you understand what happens when momentum really takes off. momentum goes absolutely nuts. And momentum trading is one of like the most predictable and accurate, and I mean just the best time to be in markets, when momentum really starts to shift. And again, if you've lived through any of these moments here where we just go absolutely parabolic, even just at the end of last year, so this is exactly a year ago, or if you were around back at the run up in 2017 into 2018, you know what momentum can do. And what I'm saying is breaking 60K here, which we're literally a couple percent away from, a couple $1,000s away from, which is absolutely mind-blowing, to be honest. Once we breach that, momentum can pick up so fast, and it will pick up so fast. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, turn these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. If you're interested in joining our pool and earning rewards with ADA, make sure to check the 2-minute tutorial below. It only takes a few minutes to even do all of it. And as well, if you're interested in any other bonuses, make sure to check out the pinned comment below. And without any further ado, that's it for me. Maybe.